Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, but good morning, sir. Now, today we have to continue talking about chapter 11, job satisfaction, and I left a couple of homeworks. Did you do it? No, teacher, we didn't. Come on. Why haven't done it? Because we are responsible. Oh, really? Okay, you were supposed to do this one, I think, right? This one. Anyway, I have it over here. Alright, let me show it. Let me show it. Ramos is here. Hold on, hold on. Let me say hello to Ramos. Ramos. Where are you? Ramos here. Ramos, welcome to the class, Ramos. Okay. Now let's see. Let me show you. We're supposed to do something, and it's already in your platform. And where? Let me show. Here it is. Here. This is your platform. 11BC, asignaciones semanales. Semana de las 18 a las 22 de mayo. Job satisfaction. ¿Tenían este video? Estoy seguro, I'm pretty sure you didn't watch. I'm pretty sure you haven't watched it. You haven't and you didn't. And also over here are the activities. Oh my God. Kenneth is here. Kenneth. And oh, here. Now you are arriving. Lucero is here also. Lucero, there. Okay, guys. As I was saying, okay, you are supposed to do. Oh my God. Santa Maria Josue. Okay, got it. Now you are supposed to do this, page 78. Page 78 is set up to write the answer in your notebook and support them. Over here, there was a question. Choose the 10 factors below that. It says, choose the 10 factors below that you consider most important for a happy working life. Over here, there is a picture. It says, key to a happy working life. That is on page 78. The only one who doesn't have the book is Almanza, I think. So you have to get a picture. Get the picture from somebody, Almanza, okay? Okay, then the activity is that. Over here, there is a picture. There are several qualities. It says, execute job, responsibility, regular hours, being represented, and so on. So you were supposed to choose at least 10 factors and support it, okay? Now, the next, like it says over here, now the next activity was on page 80, reading 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you didn't do it, then you have to do it for next class. And if you haven't done this one, then you have to do it for next class. You should do it today. But anyway, because I'm the way I am, I'm the best teacher. Sorry, no. Well, today we'll try to do some of this one at least. If you haven't done it, try to do it right now. But anyway, I'm gonna play a video because over here in the next page they talk about some what do they call companies, very famous companies in England, and why they were success in the market. Now the problem here, now in this video that I am about to play for you guys, and please, I want you to pay attention to the video. It says Tesco is it's like El Rey here in Panama. El Rey o El 99, yeah? They is a market store. They sell different things, and you will see it. And they were succeed in England, but they tried to take that franchise in United States and they failed, like it says over here. Why Tesco failed in the United States in United States country, okay? Now I'm gonna play the video and then we are going to discuss about this video. Are we clear, guys? Okay, pay attention, everyone.
When you think about London, the obvious landmarks come to mind: Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, and the Tower Bridge. But there is an unofficial staple in the UK that extends well beyond the country: Tesco. It's the largest retailer in the UK with over 3,400 stores. The brand has been met with success abroad in Europe and Asia, with international operation profits of over $500 million in 2018. There are more than 6,500 stores worldwide, but there is one place that the UK retailer just didn't take off: the United States. Tesco announced its US expansion in 2006, and at the time, Tesco was the third biggest retailer on the planet. But the brand just didn't click with Americans. Tesco left the US in 2013 when it sold off its remaining stores to Yucaipa companies. To understand why Tesco failed in the US, let's go back to the company's start. Tesco got its start in 1919 when Jack Cohen began selling surplus groceries from a stall in London's East End. The first official Tesco store opened 10 years later with the idea of bringing affordable foods to the people of Great Britain. In the 1930s and 1940s, Tesco expanded across London and the suburbs. Tesco went public on the London Stock Exchange in 1947, and in the 1950s, it opened its first supermarket. Starting in the 1990s, Tesco set its sights on global expansion. Tesco had stores in the Czech Republic, Poland, Ireland, Thailand, Malaysia, and India. By 2007, Tesco had over 1,300 stores in 12 countries. In that same year, the company invested roughly $500 million to establish operations in the United States. And in November of 2007, Tesco entered the US market. Instead of going by the name Tesco, these stores opened under the name Fresh and Easy. The name was supposed to introduce Americans to what they would expect from shopping at Tesco in America: fresh food at a reasonable price. It also had small store formats to make shopping simpler, and it offered lower prices under its company-owned labels. For Americans, the shopping experience at Tesco was a lot different from what they were used to. Fresh and Easy stores were a fraction of the size of the average American grocery store. They were designed for the kind of consumer who shops daily. There were more ready-to-go meals for consumers than your typical American grocery store. And there were lots of self-service checkouts. The format of typical American grocers are really big compared to Tesco's. They're designed for a shopper who shops in bulk and on a weekly basis. That means checkout counters are typically staffed with clerks and baggers, and there are more brand names on shelves. And there isn't nearly as big an emphasis on ready-to-go meals.
The designation Fresh and Easy is actually a very good sub-branding. In other words, Fresh and Easy, pretty much sums up the two key attributes that they were selling. Freshness of the product and convenience.
The first of Tesco's 53 Fresh and Easy stores all launched in the West in states like California, Arizona, and Nevada. So how did Tesco come up with its strategy for the US? It actually embedded with the American consumer before entering the market. Tesco sent executives and anthropologists to live with families in the US to get a sense of how the typical American family spends their money on groceries.
And they put a large number of people, maybe 40 people, into California to research the market. But these people did not research the market very intelligently. They understood the culture to a degree. The concept of these Fresh and Easy stores, these small convenience stores with fresh and easy food, that was something that would work in London with Tesco Express, but wouldn't work so easily in the LA area.
And at Tesco's peak in the United States, it had 208 Fresh and Easy banner stores, and all were in the West. That was actually well below expectations. Tesco initially planned to open 200 stores by the end of 2008, but it ultimately wanted to open 1,000 stores. But by 2013, the retailer was hemorrhaging cash in its first 5 years in the US. The company racked up losses of over $1.5 billion.
Are sales improving on a weekly basis?
Every week.
Are they meeting Tesco's original targets?
Our sales are improving every week, and we're very happy we're exceeding budget.
You're exceeding budget?
We are exceeding our budget.
You're making a profit?
We are. I didn't say that. I said we're exceeding our budget.
Tesco anticipated it would finally break even in 2014, but the brand decided not to wait it out. It announced in April 2013 that Tesco would exit the US market. What went so wrong with Tesco in the US? When Tesco launched in America, its stores were all located in the West.
At the time they decided to enter the U.S. market, they'd done their research, they had found that per capita spending at supermarkets in the western states where they had targeted was higher than any other region in the country, actually about 15% higher than the national average in 2007.
But then the financial crisis of 2008 hit. Like many other companies, Tesco didn't see the Great Recession coming.
Where two of the core metropolitan areas that they had decided to focus on were Phoenix and Las Vegas. When the recession hit, the economy in those two metro regions cratered. The subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession was going to be bad news for anybody. But their particular geographic focus in the West meant that it was particularly bad news for them.
Tesco's locations also happened to be in some of the states affected most by the Great Recession. Arizona, California, and Nevada saw unemployment rates that are higher than the national average. Consumers in these states also cut back on spending, and when they did spend, they went to retailers that offered the lowest prices possible.
But just in general, in terms of entering the market, in terms of the recession, this is a really bad time to kind of have this message that Fresh and Easy espoused of having, hey, fresh and healthy products at a competitive price. Because as consumers look to stretch their budgets as far as possible when the recession hits, they turn to well-known retailers that held long-standing reputations for low prices.
These stores were also in areas where there wasn't much foot traffic.
So they ended up acquiring leases on a large number of properties that were basically on the wrong side of the road. In other words, they were on the inbound commuting side of the highway instead of the outbound or going home side of the highway. So you can see immediately that, you know, people are going to go straight by them on the way into work. When you want to go in to get something to eat on the way home from work, they're on the wrong side of the road.
Geography was only part of the problem. Tesco also faced pushback by the American consumers. The Fresh and Easy stores didn't embrace the idea of the classic American grocer. Instead, they embraced Tesco's British style of food shopping. American grocery shoppers tend to gravitate toward larger stores that have everything under one roof. But the Fresh and Easy chains were approximately 1/5 the size of the typical American grocery store. The reason for the smaller store footprints is because Tesco's typical shopper shops at the store daily. Smaller stores make it easier for shoppers in the UK to grab what they need on a day-to-day basis and go home. But American consumers tend to grocery.
Okay, let's stop right there because it was too long. But anyway, I think we got the picture of what happened with this company, why they failed when they tried to start that business in United States. Now, I want to hear your comments. Now is your turn, guys. Come on, talk. Why did they fail?
I feel like everything that could go wrong went wrong. Like the Great Recession, they bought the wrong places. The size of the store, their philosophy, etc. It's just everything went down the drain.
Okay, I support your idea. I was when the recession hit United States, and coincidentally by those times where this business Tesco tried to introduce the business there in United States. I was in United States. I was working in a company Tennessee. No, it's not Tennessee. Pittsburgh. It was like 2 hours away from Pittsburgh, and I remember the crisis in those days. Everybody, you could get a very cheap house. It would cost like, I had the chance to buy a house, a really very pretty small house, and in the cost, it was around $20,000, something like that. A very nice house, $20,000. Why? The price was so high that everybody wasn't able to pay their houses, and everybody was selling the house, all the properties. So everybody was like, we are living right now. We are trying to, you know, to organize and to maximize all the budget that we have right now. So it really was, but really was a bad timing of that company when they decide to enter the United States. Also that, like your colleague says, that he decided to put it in a place, they located in a place where people wasn't able to go and get all the items, was a very away from the areas where the popular where the population were living, and also they were trying to get cheaper groceries or cheaper items. So those were some of those were the facts that really affects, and that's why they couldn't be success in that possibility to bring that franchise into United States. But I haven't. I'm trying to remember if I saw that retail store when I was in the area where I was, but I can't recall it. I can't remember that I didn't know when I was watching this video. I didn't know that place exists, that Tesco. So maybe if somebody from England, maybe they are familiar with that retail store. Okay, what about you guys? Come on, anybody else? I need more comments about this. Anybody else? Comments? Any comments about this video? Hello, I don't want to talk. You are the ones who are supposed to talk. Come on.
Their failure was mostly in part to maybe unforeseen situations and just bad luck in general. I feel like that's it.
I didn't hear you. What did you say? What did you just say?
Their failure was mostly in part to a little bit of bad decisions and bad luck and bad timing.
Yo,
If they were like, if they tried to enter in like the 2010s or in the 2012s, they could have probably gone into the Western market.
maybe, yes, maybe. As I say, it was a bad timing. They decide to make that move, and they didn't know that this thing was going to happen. The crisis in those years. Nobody expected that. So it wasn't luck. It was really bad luck. And they tried to cover it, and they say, no, everything is running fine. We're having profits, and they were lying. That was lie. They were lying. So anyway,
Exceeded budget. That said it all.
yeah, they exceeded their expectation. That's the problem. Sometimes it happens that. Okay. Anybody else? Any other comments? No comments. Now, okay. Now, page 78. This one, guys. Now it says, like in the platform says, choose the 10 factor. Now write it right now. Write it in your notebook. Write it in your, over here, there are some factors over here. It says, choose 10 factors below that you consider most important for a happy working life. Write it down right now. Write it down. It says the key to a happy working life, there are several. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, like 20. There are 20 factors. So you have to choose. It says choose 10 factors. Do it. Oh, did you do it already? Okay, now, okay, excellent. Now, if you tell me which one did you choose, and then you have to tell me why. You have to support it, why you choose it, okay? Go ahead.
All of them or just one?
Yeah, you can, you read it, and you have to tell me, you have to support, yes. You have to support your answer. Why did you choose that one? For instance, a secure job, why did you choose a secure job, for instance? Responsibility, which one, why? Okay, go ahead. Read the ones that you choose already, that you chose. Cristina Hall.
I choose expressing your opinions and ideas.
Okay, it's supposed to be 10.
Okay.
Choose
I
the 10
choose
factors.
a good salary, having fun, using your skills and talents, being trusted, being respected, regular hours, a nice working environment, being treated as an individual, expressing your opinion and ideas, and a secure job.
Did you choose 10? 10?
Yeah,
Okay, it sounds like more than 10. Okay, why did you choose those ones? Why?
because I think that they are like the things that if I will work, I would like to have. Because I think that they are very important to have a very satisfying working life.
Okay, excellent. Good answer. Okay, who else? How about Josue Santana? Tell me. Which one did you choose? And then you remember you need to write it in your notebook, the ones that you chose, okay? Right now you can underline. Over here there are several. You can underline and tell me why. Underline it and then you rewrite it in your notebook. Everybody has to write it in his or her notebook. Go ahead.
Okay, so I chose enough free time, having fun, being respected, a flexible working week, being treated as an individual, a good salary, a nice working environment, a secure job, finding the work challenging, and a job that reflects your personal values.
Okay, that's the job of your dreams. Okay, now why did you choose those ones?
Because that basically is the perfect job because you have flexible working hours, so you can work like
That's your dream
the
job.
middle of, yeah. You can work
But
like
a
in the
dream
middle
job
of the night.
only exists in your dream. Okay. Okay, I have to respect those ones, but you have to understand that in real life, at least you have to put everything in balance. In balance, and if you think this is worth it to stay in that company, then you stay. If you think that is not worth it, then you move on to look for another company. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, anybody else who finished? Okay, you are working. Okay, you are supposed to do that at home, guys. Okay, now it's 10:43. We have 2 minutes left. So please try to complete this activity and also the other ones over here, this one. And it's in the platform and I show it to you already what you are supposed to do. So tomorrow we'll discuss your answers, and then we'll move on to the other activities. Please turn on your camera right now.